Hey everybody, welcome to day 9 of the new mining character. We are well on our way to be able to fly the Retriever. So far I've trained almost every single skill that's needed to be able to fly that ship. And right now I'm at industry level 5. So I have completed the astrogeology to level 4 as in the last episode, and I started training in industry, currently level 4 and training level 5. Industry itself is not really a value added skill to mining in particular, but it is a prerequisite for the Retriever, and if you want to get into manufacturing later on, it'll be a very good skill to have. Besides that, there's not much that has changed. I have moved systems, actually I haven't even moved the region, but I'll explain why in a minute. But first things first, I wanted to show you the mining drone operation. So I started using the mining drones, partly just to find out how much money yield they can deliver, and the other part of it is that I'm currently in an asteroid belt with another person in it, who's using defense drones, so I'll be more or less protected from the rats that will appear. There's still a chance that they will target me, and at that point I might have to warp out, depending on that guy is actually mining AFK or not and is willing to help me out. But at least there's a bit of a buffer here, a bit of a defense, seeing another person in the asteroid belt. But for the mining drones, what you have to do if you want to use them is that you have to be really close to the belt that you're mining from, because it takes time for the drones to travel between the asteroid and your ship. So stay as close as possible. That will minimize on the travel time and will increase your mining yield. For the mining yield itself, all you get, at least all I get at this point, because I have mining drone operation trained to level 1 only, all I get is 20 cubic meters per 60 seconds. So at most I'm getting 40 more cubic meters per cycle. But with my Tech 2 mining lasers and astrogeology trained to level 4, what I'm getting right now is 218 cubic meters per cycle. Combine that and I'll be able to fill up the cargo hold of my ship in less than 12 minutes. Actually, it's 11.5 minutes to be exact. So, I mean, as usual in EVE, what you see is the law of diminishing returns. The more you train, the less is the increase. But still, every little bit counts, and you'll be able to profit more and spend less time at the belt mining the asteroids. So to show you how I calculate how long it takes me to mine enough ore to fill up the cargo hold, I'm just going to use the calculator that's provided in-game. It's a pretty easy calculation. So we know that we use 218 cubic meters per cycle, and we have 2 mining lasers, so that's 218 times 2, and that's 436. And we also know that each mining drone takes in 20 cubic meters, so we're using 2, so that's plus 40, and we get 476 cubic meters per cycle. Our cargo hold is 5,000 cubic meters divided by 476, so that's 10.5 minutes. So while we're using the mining drones, we actually shave off an extra minute per cargo hold fill up. Not bad, especially considering since the last time, or in the first few days that I started mining, it was taking me about 23 minutes to fill up the full cargo hold. Now it's just 10.5. Not bad at all. So I've changed my home systems now, or not so much home systems as the systems where I mine, and that's pretty much for 2 reasons. First and foremost, I actually scouted around the 3 different regions in Caldari space to find out the best prices for the ore. And the second reason is that in this particular system I'm able to mine 2 different types of ore and still get the best prices possible. That way I'm cutting down on my competition a little bit, because if one type is mined out, I can still go to the next type and earn good ISK. So I'm going to show you how I did this in finding the prices in 3 different regions at the same time. Well, it wasn't the same time. Basically, when you are in Caldari space, the trade hub is Jita. I'm sure you are aware of it. Let me just find it on the map right now. I will try to find it just by looking at it actually. Okay, it's gotta be somewhere around here. Somewhere. What is the system? Alright, perfect. That's Jita right here. So, as judging by the purple lines, these are the access points to different regions within the Caldari space. So I started out in Sobaseki, which is the Lone Trek region. I jotted down all the prices for the high-sec ores, then I jumped into Jita itself to get the prices for the Forge region, and then I jumped into Muva Leyland to get the prices for the Citadel region. And basically once I had all the numbers in my hand, I was able to judge better where to go to get the best price possible. Simply because the place where I used to be at, it dried out. The prices dropped, there was too many people mining, I couldn't find any more massive scordite, so I decided to move on. Before I go on, actually, you can see right now that a rat is attacking me. They're not doing too much damage. I'm not sure if the other ship will engage. They're actually barely scratching the surface right now. So I guess I could go on describing what it is that I do. So these rats, after trying to attack me and not being able to damage me much, actually that's not bad at all. 98% shield, that's pretty awesome. And I'm using the medium shield extender right now. They will go back to the other ship in the asteroid belt, and his drones will protect me. So that's one way you can do it. You can actually use the competition to your advantage and use their drones to protect yourself, as long as you have enough of a shield tank to be able to withstand their attack. So anyways, going back to the ore prices, what I did is that I simply used the tools that are provided by EVE Online itself in jotting down the prices. I used the notepad, divided it by different regions and different prices available, or available at the time. And what I found out is that the Forge region actually was providing the best prices possible for all the ore. Now the one caveat about that is when you're in the Forge region, actually the best prices tend to be in Jita itself. But I will caution you against looking at these prices or considering them at all, because there are no asteroid belts in Jita itself. So really there's no point for you to mine here unless there's no point for you to consider these prices unless you'll be able to haul the ore to Jita 4.4. So I didn't even consider those prices itself. I actually looked at the best prices available for the other systems. And what I found out is that both Scordite, Massive Scordite itself, and the Plagiar class that I'm mining right now have almost the best prices in this system, in particular the Sisio. I'm not really sure if I'm pronouncing right. But regardless, I know that currently actually the Reach Plagiar class is not the best price in the system. It's a little bit higher in Garrus, 2 jumps away, but that has changed very recently. I'm not sure if I'm going to be jumping there, because right now I can mine both Massive Scordite and Reach Plagiar class and be able to cash in well. That provides me a little bit less competition, because depending on which ore everybody else goes for. But that's one strategy you can use for yourself if you want to gain the most profit for the stuff that you mine. So we're not too far away from actually getting the retriever, and it's actually rather exciting. We're almost at the end of our journey. So the retriever itself will take maybe about 3 more days. Let's take a look. And in the requirements, yep, 3 days and 3 hours, perfect. So once we train industry to level 5, we'll be able to purchase the mining barge level 1, and after that, the retriever is ours. So besides that, all we can do is mine and gather as much ISK as we can. The mining barge itself, I mean, the skill level is not going to be too expensive. It's only 500,000 ISK, but the ship is actually the ship will cost us well, about 27,000. I mean 27 million ISK. And then there's the equipment. The mining lasers that we'll have to use are actually not lasers at all. They're called the strip miners. Let's take a look at those. Harvesting equipment and strip miners right here. So at first we'll be only able to use the Tech 1 strip miners, and they're almost 2 million each. So that will rise our cost, or increase our cost, to about 29 million to be able to fit our ship properly. But after 29 million, boom, there we go, we have our retriever, and we'll be able to mine at a much higher output. Let's take a look right now. The mining amount is 540 cubic meters per cycle for each strip miner. That's more than our 2 mining lasers combined, two Tech 2 mining lasers combined. That's amazing. And of course the mining amount will actually increase depending on your mining skills, your astrogeology skills, etc, etc. So we'll be able to mine much faster. But the great thing about the retriever itself is that it's got a very large ore hold, so let's take a look at that. The attributes, and don't look at the capacity is just its regular cargo hold. What we have to look at is the ore hold capacity, and that's 22,000 cubic meters, compared that to only 5,000 cubic meters for the Venture. So once again we'll be able to mine much more efficiently, much faster, and we'll be able to store ore for a longer amount of time, so you don't have to go back to the station each time or every 10 minutes. At least, well, hopefully it'll be every 10 minutes. I'm not sure about how the numbers work out in the end. But in about 3 days, I'll be able to tell you exactly what the numbers are and how to improve them. So stay tuned for the next episode. I will already be flying the retriever. In the meantime, just keep on mining and earning that ISK. Thank you for watching, and as usual, if you have any questions or suggestions, please comment on this video. And don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this one.